Hello, Team No Excuses. I'm here with Brianna for our team training. So bear with me for a minute because I'm pulling it up on my computer just to make sure that we are live in the group. Let's see. We are. Yay. Okay. So I know it'll take just a minute for people to get on. So we might just wait a couple quick little seconds. So if you want to, Brianna, if you just want to introduce yourself really quick and share what you're going to talk about today, because I'm so excited to hear about it. I've actually been looking forward to this all day because I know I'm going to learn something. So go ahead and introduce yourself and then we'll dive into everything.
All right. Hi, I'm Brianna. I joined Color Street in September, so I think I've been around about 6 or 7 months or so now. And I am very organized. Everything in my life is super organized. I love everything being nice and neat where it needs to be and able to find. And so that's the same with my Color Street business. So I do everything electronically. I'm not a pen and paper gal. So everything I do is all through Google Sheets and Google Docs. And then you can do it through your laptop, which is the most easiest way to do it. And then if you're on the go, you can use it on your phone too. But it's so much easier on the laptop. So usually I can look up information on my phone, but I try not to update my forms on the phone because it's just a little bit trickier that way. But I'm going to show you my forms and how to use them. Yay!
Yay, I'm so excited. Yes. So if you just want to take it away, and then I've got the live pulled up here. So that way, if we have questions come up, I won't interrupt you. I'll wait until you take a little pause and then I'll chime in and make sure, because I know people are going to have questions. They're going to love this. I'm super excited for this. So you go ahead and start. I'll keep an eye on the comments over here and we'll roll with it.
All right. Is my screen being shared?
I still see you.
Still see me. Let's see here. Does it have to be switched? I see my little thing on the bottom, but it's gray. It looks like it's in the background. Oh, no. It says it's sharing. Let me click stop sharing and then go back to sharing. Okay. I'm new to StreamYard, but let's see. Share screen. I want the entire screen and I want to share.
Is it not going? I'm not 100% sure with this software either. I don't know if you can maybe flip your camera screen towards the computer. Are you able to do that? Or are you on the computer?
I'm on the computer so that I could do the share screen.
Are you able to run through it without having it shared maybe?
That's a good question. Do you see an option at the bottom to do it? Because for me, it shows me my face, but then it shows another little box that says it's in the background. So maybe you have to add the share screen since you're the host. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Yep, that looks like we're there. But then let me go. How about,
is it working? Oh my gosh. Look at that. You taught me something.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay, so I'm going to go over my forms with you. Okay. So this is how I track my VIP members, sending samples, follow-up, asking them to host a party, if they host a party, and if they've ordered from me. So just looking at it, it looks crazy complicated, but I promise you it is super easy. So the first column we have here is the date they were added to my VIP or the date they joined my VIP. I'm going to show you how to pull this information too in a minute. The name is the name of the VIP member. Invited by is whether I invited them. I put self if they joined by their own self, like if I send them the link and they click join. Message, I send them a message as soon as they're in my VIP and they're my friend, and I'll share my messages with you. It's and thanking them for joining my group and offering them a sample. If they respond to that message and say they're interested in a sample, I put that they were interested. If they actually fill out the free sample form, I put that they filled out their free sample form. The date that I mail their free sample, I put that so then I know when to follow up. And if it doesn't get to them, I can see if it's been long enough time that it should have got to them or if we need to wait longer. I send them a message once I've shipped their sample telling them to check out my link tree for helpful videos and tips. and to let them know their sample's been mailed. Then I follow up to make sure that they got it. And a lot of times they'll tell me they got it, but they haven't had a chance to try it yet. So I'll put that they received it. And then when I do finally hear from them that they tried it, I put that they tried it. And then once they order from me, I put ordered. And then eventually when I'm ready to ask them to host, I put the date that I asked them to be a host and what their response was. And then I have another little sheet that I use for keeping up with actual host and party stuff. So I do mine in different colors. So pink just means that they're in process. So they haven't ordered from me, but I've sent them a sample offer. So they're somewhere in that process. Green means they are people who have ordered from me. Purple are people who are either already a stylist or they have their own stylist that they shop from. So I don't have to like worry too much about messaging them. And black is for people who pretty much haven't responded or flat out told me no, they don't want to sample for whatever reason they don't. And so I don't want to put a lot of effort into messaging them. When they just leave me unread and ignore me, I usually send them maybe 3 messages over a period of time. It doesn't feel spammy because if they're ignoring me, they're not going to buy from me, and it's not spammy anyway. So, and then I know not to invest a lot of effort in them, and that helps me keep organized on who I need to invest my time and effort into. So there are different ways to sort this. So there's tutorials on how to use Google Forms, but I'm going to show you like how I use it. So if you click this little button here, you can sort it A to Z. So that's going to give you chronological order for the date they joined your group. You can also click this one for their name and sort it chronologically. So this is helpful for when you do the ABC game or the ABC sale in your group. Then you can just pull all those names in alphabetical order. I'll show you a neat trick with that at the end too. If you're ever doing a contest where when they invite so many people who join, they get something, you can sort it by invited by, and then that tells you how many people invited who. So I'm going to go back to chronological here and scroll down to the bottom and show you my forms in action. So when you are pulling your VIP members to put them into your forms, you're going to go into your VIP group, and then you're going to click for members. All right, so you've got your members. You're going to scroll down. You're going to see friends and things like that, members with things in common. When you get to new to the group, Facebook usually shows you in chronological order who's new to your group. So this is helpful. So I like to go back and look at my sheet. The last 3 people were Danielle, Tiffany, and Nancy. So on Facebook, I'm going to make sure Danielle, Tiffany, Nancy. Okay, those were the last 3. So I want to add this person to my list. So I'm going to copy and paste her name. Now, when you're copy and pasting, the key is you have to hit the space bar first or your formatting is going to be all wonky. So I'll give you an example. I didn't hit the space bar, so that is very unpleasant to look at. So I'm going to undo it because I don't want that. And then I'm going to hit the space bar and then paste her name. Then it's in perfect format, and then I just take the space out. I'm going to check and see she was added by me on March 27th. So then I will just put March 27th of this year. And you see how her name goes over into that box? That's okay. It's just showing you because you haven't typed anything in that box. Once you put something in that box, it hides it. And then if you need to see it, you can always expand or contract the little list there. So once I've got her in my list, I go and I pull them from Facebook, put them on my list, and then immediately I like to send them a message. So I will share with you my messaging, but I will copy and paste this. And I have this great fear of putting, hey, insert name, and like sending it. So I usually try not to put insert name in case I accidentally copy and paste it, but I do put their name. I just don't put insert name in my little verbiage there in case I accidentally hit send. Shoo, it says, hey there, welcome to my Color Street Nail Cafe. I'm so happy to have you here. Have you ever tried this nail polish? If not, I would love to send you some completely free, no strings attached. Would you be open-minded to trying a free sample? So I send that and I leave it at that. And I like to put, would you be open-minded to trying a free sample? Because people are like, oh yeah, I'm open-minded, and then they'll try it. So then once I send her that message, I would type in message here. And then when she responds to me that, sure, yeah, I'm interested, then I'm going to send her my link tree, which has the free sample form, and put, awesome, if you'll just pop in your address on this link, I'll mail it out to you. You'll see the free sample option at the top. I also added videos with tips and tricks for applying the nails that are very helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, so that is the first part on offering them a sample. And then I like to arrange it alphabetically so I can see what I need to do and what I haven't done. So once I have my members and stuff in here, I'm sorting this from A to Z. So then now I can see these people I've already messaged. These people I am not friends with yet. I've sent them a friend request and they haven't accepted. I don't like to send them messages until they accept my friend request, because sometimes they don't see my messages, or sometimes they do and they're like, oh, I don't want to talk to her, she's trying to sell me something. But I know another lady from another party, like a different direct sales, did that. And since she couldn't see that I had read her message and I wasn't interested because I already have a vendor for that direct sales, I was like, not interested. So I didn't respond to her message. But if I would have known that she would have seen me, I don't feel nice leaving people on red, so I would have told her. But so that's why I like to send them a friend request before I send them messages. And then down here I'll have my blank ones, and I know that I need to message them. So next we have if they were actually interested. So I sort this sheet by A to Z so that I can see where I am. So all these people that says message, I've sent them a message, but they haven't responded. So once some time goes by, I will go back in and send them another message. It won't be exactly the same, but it'll be like, oh, I don't know if you saw my first message. I'd love to get you a sample, something like that. All right, so then these people who have said that they are interested, I want to know if they actually filled out my free sample form. So I sort it this way. So everybody that says sample, they've already filled out the form. These people have responded to my message and said, yeah, I'm interested. But when I asked them to give me their address and fill out that form, they never did. So I'm going to send them this message. Hey, I was getting nail mail ready to go out, but I never received your free sample request with your shipping address. You can use the link here to send me your address. So then a lot of people tell me, oh, I just got busy and forgot. And then they fill it out right away. And some people still don't fill it out, but it doesn't matter. Just helps you keep up with it. And so I have a girl that wants a different color. Normally we don't give them options. I don't, but I know her personally and she doesn't do glitter, and that's all I have at the moment. So I put that little note in there so that I can get her one when I get it. Next is the date that I mailed their sample. So if I work with them, I gave it to them at work. This tells me what date I mailed it so that I know how long to wait before I follow up. And then I sort the tips to see if I've sent them their tip message, and all these people have their message. So then I'm going to sort it by follow-up. And so these people, oh, so it has a 0 there because I dropped them off personally to those people. So that's why I don't have a date, but I should have put the date I dropped it off. And anyway, so this is the date that I mailed it. So then all these people probably should have gotten it by now. So I'm going to send them a message that says, oh, by the way, whenever I do send them their tips message, it is, hey, your sample's on the way. Please let me know when you get it. I can't wait to hear how it goes and see a picture. And I send them the link again. Check out this link for some great tips and tricks videos to make your color sheet experience top notch. And I wanted to show you the little sample thingy that I send out. So I have them pre-made, like they're in an envelope ready to go. I just have to put their address and a stamp on it. And so I have, you can see my screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So I have their little envelope, and I have their free sample packet in it, and it has this little note in it that says, I'm so excited for you to try this dry polish and hear what you think. Remember to check out the link in the message I sent you for videos, tips, and tricks for success applying Color Street nails. Please feel free to ask if you have any questions at all. I wrote this in purple. I keep my purple pen with my envelopes and I write their name at the top of it so that it's personalized. And then I put it in there and send it off. So that is the message that goes with that. And then I tell them that their sample's on the way. That way, when it says check out the link in the message I sent you, it's referring to that message I sent them. All right. And then, so we did follow.
Can I just say that we're not even like halfway through this form and I'm literally over here like mind blown. Like I can't even process everything that you're saying right now. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like you literally have organization and follow-up at its finest and it's so simplified. Like it's all in one place. I mean, I almost feel like you could pay for this training. Like, here, let me help you simplify your business. Here's how you do it. Like,
I love it. And most of the things I learn are from other trainings, but this is like the one piece of Color Street I made up on my own. Like my messages I've learned from trainings, like learning to follow up, but using this form the way I do it is something I completely made up. I was just like, I have to be organized. So I'm glad you like it.
Yes, girl. Oh my gosh. This is going to be like replayed and replayed and replayed. I can already tell.
Yeah.
And the fact that this is on a free Google form, like a free Google sheet. So
right.
I mean, it's crazy. Let me ask you something though. For somebody that's watching, that's been a Color Street stylist, for years, when did you start implementing this? Because this would be great for brand new stylists that are just starting to grow their network. But what about somebody that has an established VIP group that's like 500 members?
Right.
What would you recommend that they do? Because that's overwhelming.
It is. The good thing is that with Facebook, it shows you your most recent people. So start there, because people who are already in your VIP group, you've probably already interacted with them. You've probably already sent them samples. So I would not go back to the beginning and try to start there. It'll be too overwhelming, and it's also not the most efficient or beneficial. So start with the people who are newest.
Maybe like the most recent 50 or something.
Yeah. And if you have time and you feel like going back further, you can. Or you could just start today and be like, all right, what's in the past is in the past. What happens today, on we go. And if you have people that you know are interested, or you have already sent them samples and you want to make sure you follow up, that's good people to add to your list too.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. I love this so much. Okay, continue on. Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. So then we've seen if we followed up with them, and then I love that you can sort this. That's just what makes it the easiest. So then sort A to Z. So I followed up. These people haven't told me if they've received it yet. I put second ask because I like to ask them a couple times before I stop bothering them. And then if they've tried. So these people have told me that they did receive it, but they haven't had a chance to try it. So I will go back and ask them. And for me personally, it doesn't matter how long ago it was. Like some of these people were last year, and I'm still messaging them. And somebody that I sent a sample to, I think in November, I messaged her in March, and she sent me the picture of it. So I don't know if she just tried it when I messaged her, or if she was able to locate the photo from when she tried it. But it was a little home sweet home one that I sent her. So I was like, okay, well, that's nice. So it doesn't matter how old it is. Just follow up with people.
Yes.
And then I have all the people who order from me. So if I also keep this on a separate sheet too, and I update it monthly. But if you want to look at it through here, you can just go through and find. So if you want to do something for those people, and then also people who order from you are the best people to ask to host for you. So I can see that I've asked all these people in blue, but these other people here, I have not asked them yet. So they are going to be on my list for asking them to host for me. Oh, the black is the stuff for the people I'm not putting effort into. Purple stylist. And so, yeah, I can see all the people I've asked to host, when I asked them, and what they said. And the nice thing about Google Sheets is that you can use it for like everything. So this is my VIP tracker. I have a second one for where I keep up with my income, which is a lot simpler, that I just want to pop in and show you. So I have their names hidden because you don't need to see who they are. But I put what date they ordered from me, put their name, I put how much they paid me. So this is like my PV. I do ship a lot of my orders, and I don't take the shipping out of this number. I can go through Pirate Ship and see how much I spent on shipping and deduct that from my total later if I need to. I do a lot of inventory sales. So I had one online sale last month and everything else was inventory. And then I can see how many sets. And then if I want to get mathy with it, I can see how much people are paying for their sets approximately. And then I can also add up all my sets and all my income and see approximately how much I sold a set for last month. And then I love to put which sets they got. So I have their names, which when it's in my form and I can see it, I can see who it is. So I can go back, and if they win like a free mystery set, I can see what they already have so I don't send them a duplicate, and see what they like. So that I'd be like, oh, well, they might like this set since they like that. And then that gives me an idea what to send them, so it's not completely random. So that is that one. Let me see if I went over my words. So when I asked to see if they got their sample, I wanted to make sure you received the sample I sent out. And if they say yes, I ask if they've tried it. And if not, I let them know that if they need any help, let me know, and I'll check back in with them later. I definitely like to put that I'll check back in with you later so that they know I'm going to. And then I don't feel spammy for doing it because they know that I'm checking back in. And then also, like, if they don't reply to some of my messages, I always like to tell them that I know life gets busy. I just want to reach out again, and then whatever my question is. So I will share these words with you. I'm not sure how to share documents, but I will get right on that and get it so that you guys can access that if you need it. I wanted to show you a couple tricks. Let me make sure I did what I wanted to do on my notes. Did that.
Brianna, look at the difference between me and you. This is what I track my VIP orders on.
I know, right? I know you're such a pen and paper girl. I printed out so many forms and I had a binder in like the beginning, and I was like, this does not work for me because I have to like search and flip and nope.
Yeah. Well, and I love too what Lindsay Hendricks said in the comments is it's nice to have it on the Google Sheet because you can access it from your phone. So no matter where you are, what you're doing, you can pull that up and you can update it, which is nice because I mean, if I don't have my trusty folders with me and, you know, I'm out and I need to do something, that's why I use the screenshot method because I'm like, okay, screenshot this. I'll go back later and look at my photo albums and then I'll take care of it, delete the photo, and it's done. But it'd be nice to just have that, you know, access right there on my phone. But it's probably going to take like a big thing for me to transfer to everything electronically because I'm just kind of back in the Stone Age. You guys know.
Right. No worries. Yeah, that screenshot method is a lifesaver. Like that should be something everybody knows about. Like it should be just second nature. Like I was blown away when you told us about it. I was like, oh my goodness. So that's
I love it. And I use it a lot on trainings because we were talking about when was it? Sometime, I don't know. We were talking about trainings and how a lot of times we don't get to finish an entire training, and I'll just screenshot with the time at the bottom so I know, okay, when I get a chance again, go back in and fast forward to minute 22 and start there because that's where I ended. Like I literally have so many screenshots in my phone. If I start going through my phone and looking, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm terrible. Like this is my brain and my phone albums.
Yes, it really is. Like it's a lifesaver though. And that's a nice thing about this. Like everything's through Facebook messaging. And once you read it, it doesn't show that you need to read it. And by the end of the day, you forget about it. And so I screenshot every time they answer me. So like I do a lot of my work at night. And then so I get messages in the morning when I'm like doing stuff and I'm not doing Color Street things. So like I'll send them their message asking if they want their free sample. In the morning, I'll get a yes. And so I can copy and paste on my phone my verbiage that I have, but then I also screenshot it so that I know to go into my VIP form and update it so that I don't forget that that's where I am in the process with them. So it's very helpful.
Yes. I love that.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, screenshot everything. Like if you want to remember something, screenshot it. Lifesaver. It's just amazing. I couldn't believe how helpful it was. Okay, so another thing that is amazing with this is you can search. So if you don't have a Mac, you'll have to Google how to search on Google Sheets. But I have a Mac, so I press Command F, and you see this little box pop up here that says Find in Sheet. So say I'm asking a certain person to host, and I want to put it in here. I'm going to search for her name, and it says one of two. So there is a Brianna there, it's showing up, and then there's a Brianna there. And so then I can just go over to where I want to be, and then I can type in the dates that she's hosting. And that just works for so much stuff. And like say somebody didn't get their sample and they're like, I didn't get my sample yet. Did you mail it? And then I can look up somebody's name and see there's 7 Sarahs. So if you just click the up down arrow, it pops you over to the other Sarahs. And then I can go over and say, oh, I mailed your sample on this date. So yeah, you should have got it by now. So that is another thing. Instead of flipping through a bunch of papers to be like, oh, where was it? You can just type it in and it's right there. Love it. And then another thing that I absolutely love is if you're going to do the ABC sale, which is every day is a different letter. People who have that letter for the day I do a $10 set. So you'll sort your VIP list alphabetically, A to Z, and then you'll highlight them. I'm not highlighting all of them right now, but you'll highlight them, copy and paste them. So I want to go into here and I want to paste. And of course, you'll do it with the message for like your sale, but you copy and paste the names and then you just click and it lets you tag them. So you don't have to go searching as to who's in my VIP group. You just copy and paste those names and click. And it's like, oh, is that who you want to tag? So nice. So we're not tagging these people. Let me get rid of that.
Yeah,
isn't that so nice?
Yes.
So, and then let's see here. Oh, so when you have a sheet, I put the first row is like name, invited by, message, interest. So all that. So if you notice when I sort A to Z, that line doesn't move. That is because you go into view, freeze, one row, and that freezes that first row. So like this one, I don't think I have anything frozen. So let's sort, that's probably, so see how everything moves? So if I wanted to freeze it, I would go into view, freeze, one row. Now that top row is frozen. So when I do sorting different ways, that row never moves. So that also makes it helpful. All right. I feel like I have covered all the important things.
Oh my gosh. I feel like my mind is blown.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my gosh. Goodness.
Yeah. So it's very helpful. I use it for everything. I have it for my VIP. I have it for my income. I have another one for like hosts and party tracking because like I like to put how much their party sold. If I added all their friends to my VIP group and like keep up with all that too. So it's just very nice to have and be organized.
Oh my gosh. And I truly love your verbiage because I did not hear anything at all that screamed spammy. Like you were just very natural in the way that you follow up. And honestly, like that, truly the key to success in this business is follow up. Like honestly, you have to be sampling people, you have to be getting orders, you have to be getting hostesses. And if you're wanting to build a team, you've got to enroll people. But truly, like the fortune is in the follow up. And if you have that consistent relationship from the beginning, it's so easy. And it totally does take the spamminess out because you don't want to just cold message somebody like, hey, do you want to host a party, when they've never tried a sample, they've never ordered from you, they've never heard from you, you've never welcomed them to your VIP space. It's like having somebody walk into your home and sit on your couch and you just walk up like, hey, you want to kiss me? And you're like, no,
right?
No. Like pump the brakes. I just met you. You haven't even said hi to me yet. Like you've got to like slowly transition into things and build those relationships. And you can totally do that by welcoming them as soon as they join your VIP space, because that's just like somebody coming into your house, coming into your living room. Welcome them, offer them the sample, follow up and see if they got their sample, follow up and see how they like their sample. It's like just all of those communications. And then when you ask them about hosting, I bet 9 times out of 10 people tell you yes, because you have that relationship with them. So I love it.
Yeah.
I this is the golden training. Like, I seriously think we should probably add it to the new stylist onboarding, because I feel like truly, if new stylists had something like this that they could utilize from day one, it just helps so much.
It does. I used it
So
very early on. I did pen and paper for probably the first month, maybe first month or two, and things were slower then. But like, I really needed a way to be able to search things and organize and know where I was at without flipping through papers. So, but even for someone who's been in it a couple of years, just start where you are now. What is the thing that was shared in our Ready to Run conference? Something about you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So just
yeah,
start anywhere.
exactly. Oh, I agree. Okay, well, I was trying to follow along with comments as we went, and there's a lot of people saying, like, I can't wait to watch the replay. I can't wait to sit down and watch this when I get home. Everybody is just like, when you
Yeah.
get done, read the comments. You're gonna have to go back and reply to all the love that you're getting, because everybody's like, oh my gosh.
Yay,
So,
thanks. I'm here to answer any questions too. So,
yes.
yep, I'll
All
go
right,
back and
well,
check and yep, I'll
yes,
check the comments. And if you're in the process of doing it later on and you're like, wait, what? You can send me a message. I'm in Team No Excuses. You can find me and message me. So, happy to help.
yes, I appreciate you so much. Oh my gosh, I feel like I need to go back and rewatch the training, even though I was on it,
Ah,
because there were some times I was over here looking at the comments on my computer to try to keep up with everybody, and I'm like, I think I missed stuff. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so good. So I am
thanks.
totally excited about this. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And like she said, if anybody has any questions, just comment on this video, and I'm sure that she'd be happy to help. But this is just something that seems so simple, but yet it's so powerful. Like, oh my gosh, it's great.
Yeah,
So
thanks.
maybe one of these days I'll throw the paper away and transfer over.
Ah, you can do a hybrid system, do both.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, thank you so much, Brianna, and we
Yeah,
will talk to you all later.
bye.
Bye.